America loves a good tariff war. It's like their economic version of a rap battle, except instead of sick rhymes, they use taxes on imported goods. And you know who gets caught in the crossfire? Everyone. Global trade goes haywire, stock markets throw a tantrum, and even Bitcoin feels the heat. You might think, Bitcoin, that digital thingy, what's that got to do with anything? Well, buckle up, because tariffs and Bitcoin have a surprisingly complicated relationship. When America sneezes with a tariff, the whole world catches a financial cold. And in times of economic uncertainty, people start looking for safe havens. Sometimes that haven is Bitcoin. This isn't just about boring economics. This is about your money, your future, and whether Bitcoin will sink or swim in a sea of tariffs. So, let's break it down, shall we? Remember that time you accidentally stepped on a Lego and the world briefly stopped existing? That's kind of what happens when the US slaps tariffs on another country. Markets freak out, investors panic, everyone starts selling everything. It's a fire sale, and nobody wants to be left holding the bag. Bitcoin, despite its aspirations of being a safe haven, often gets caught in the initial panic. See, when investors are running for the exits, they're not picky. They'll sell their grandma's china if they think it'll stop the bleeding, so Bitcoin takes a hit too. It's like getting splashed by a wave during a tsunami. But here's the thing, Bitcoin is resilient. It's like that inflatable punching bag that you can't keep down. Once the initial panic subsides, people start thinking, wait a minute, maybe digital gold isn't such a bad idea after all. And that's when things get interesting. Here's a fun fact. Tariffs are basically taxes on consumers. Think about it. When the US imposes a tariff on, say, imported steel, who ends up paying more? American businesses that use steel and, ultimately, American consumers. Everything gets more expensive, cars, washing machines, even that artisanal avocado toast you love so much. This is where inflation rears its ugly head. Inflation is like that friend who always eats all your snacks. It slowly but surely eats away at the value of your money. And tariffs? They fuel the inflation fire. So you're paying more for everything, your money is worth less, and you're starting to think that maybe, just maybe, there's a better way. Remember that whole inflation eating your money thing? Well, it's not just you. Tariffs can weaken currencies, especially if they lead to trade wars. And when a country's currency weakens, people lose faith in it. They start looking for alternatives. Enter Bitcoin. Unlike traditional currencies, which are controlled by governments, Bitcoin is decentralized. It can't be manipulated by politicians or central banks. So, when people are worried about inflation and economic instability, Bitcoin starts looking pretty good. It's like the old saying goes, when the US dollar sneezes, Bitcoin catches a cold, but then it rallies and throws a party. Okay, maybe that's not the exact saying, but you get the idea. The world is a volatile place. Pandemics, wars, political turmoil, reality TV shows. There's always something threatening to throw the global economy into chaos. And in times of uncertainty, people crave stability. They want something safe. Something that won't lose value overnight. Gold has traditionally been the go-to safe haven asset, but Bitcoin is quickly emerging as a digital alternative. It's like gold 2.0 scarce, portable, and resistant to government interference. So, when tariffs create economic uncertainty, some investors turn to Bitcoin as a hedge against potential turmoil. This doesn't mean Bitcoin is immune to price swings, it's still a volatile asset. But its decentralized nature and limited supply make it an attractive option for those seeking shelter from the storm of economic uncertainty. So there you have it, tariffs, America's favorite economic weapon, and Bitcoin, the digital asset that's both threatened by and strengthened by them. It's a complicated relationship, kind of like that couple you know who's always fighting, but then they make up and it's weirdly romantic. The truth is, nobody knows for sure how tariffs will impact Bitcoin in the long run, but one thing's for certain, tariffs create economic uncertainty, and uncertainty often drives people towards alternative assets like Bitcoin. So, the next time you hear about a trade war brewing, remember this. It's not just about politics and economics, it's about the future of money itself. And in that future, Bitcoin might just have a starring role.